Okay, so what if I told you we got a rare peek inside the shopping bag of a true department store VIP? But here's the twist. We're not looking at $1,000 creams. We're looking at her holy grail K-beauty products from, you guessed it, the famous drugstore Olive Young. And the best part, this is a completely unsponsored, real deal list of stuff she actually buys again and again. And this, right here, is why this list is pure gold. I mean, think about it. When someone who loves luxury, who can buy anything she wants, pays full price for a drugstore item, you know it's not just good. It's absolutely essential. These are the products she just can't live without, sale or no sale.
All right, first up, let's talk skincare. What's so fascinating here is that these core products aren't just for her, she's in her 40s, they're also staples for her teenage daughter. This is skincare that really truly bridges the generation gap.
So we're kicking things off with an absolute classic, Bioderma's Micellar Water. For her, it's perfect for a super gentle morning cleanse, just to wipe away any oil from overnight. Or it's the first step to melt off makeup. It's so gentle, in fact, that it's the exact product she used to teach her daughter how to properly cleanse her skin. No fuss, no irritation, just a solid start.
Next up, we have the Torridin Dive-In Serum, and this thing is a certified #1 bestseller at Olive Young for a reason. On the surface, it's a simple, effective hyaluronic acid serum, but its real magic is in just how versatile it is. And here is where it gets really interesting. This one serum has a total double life in their house. For our VIP, it's the secret sauce that makes her at-home beauty devices, like those LDM tools, glide perfectly over her skin. It turns a home treatment into something that feels really pro-level. But for her daughter, it's just the perfect, no-fuss, lightweight layer of hydration she puts on before a moisturizer. One product, two totally different but equally effective routines. How cool is that? Okay, time for a little face-off. We're talking about strengthening your skin's barrier. And this is definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. So we're going to look at two amazing creams and two toner pads to help you figure out what's best for you, whether you're dealing with redness or some serious dryness. So both of these creams are fantastic at calming down irritated skin and repairing that all-important moisture barrier. The choice really just boils down to texture. The La Roche-Posay is a thick, heavy balm. Think of it like a soothing sleeping mask that you'd pretty much only use at night. The Bioderma, on the other hand, is still a rich cream, but it has a bit more slip, so it offers that intense hydration, but feels a little different. It's all about what you prefer on your skin. And this right here, it's a perfect example of how different needs call for different tools. She absolutely prefers the Regerin pads. Why? Well, they're thicker. They hold a ton more essence and they don't dry out super fast, which makes them ideal for a deep mini mask treatment. Her daughter, though, loves the Torridin pads, which are incredibly thin. She can literally stick them on her cheeks for a quick hydration boost while she's drying her hair in the morning. So good.
Okay, now for the part I know you've been waiting for, makeup. We're about to see how some unbelievably affordable drugstore products can give you professional results and even offer up trendy colors that, believe it or not, the big luxury brands just can't seem to get right.
First up, we got to talk about Ramend and specifically their juicy lasting tints. The real secret here isn't just the formula, it's the colors. Our VIP says that Ramend creates these modern, perfectly on-trend shades that are surprisingly hard to find, even if you go to a Chanel or Dior counter. And that's a huge advantage of K-beauty, right? They can innovate and react to new trends so much faster. And check this out, here's a pro tip for a really polished look. Instead of just swiping on one color, she layers two of them. First, she uses a neutral shade like Bare Grape all over. This acts as a base and helps define her lip line. Then, she just dabs a brighter color, like Peeling Endu, right in the center and blends it out. This creates this gorgeous gradient effect that adds so much dimension. Sticking with Ramend for a second, if you've ever wondered how to get that modern, youthful-looking blush, this is the secret. The blueberry chip shade gives this beautiful, cool-toned natural color. But the key is all in the application. She doesn't put it on the apples of her cheeks. Instead, she sweeps it higher up, along the cheekbones. It gives you a more lifted, contemporary look. For contouring, the Holy Grail is Too Cool for School's iconic shading powder. I mean, it's a classic for a reason, right? The colors are just perfectly muted and neutral. You can build up definition without ever worrying about getting those harsh, obvious lines. It gives you this subtle, natural-looking shadow that's just perfect for everyday shaping. All right, we've covered the basics, skincare, color. Now let's get into the real secrets. These are the tools and finishing touches that take a routine from just good
to professional. You know, the little things that make a huge difference.
Okay, here are 3 ride or die products. First, the Clio Kill Lash Mascara. Its slim brush is amazing for shorter lashes, and the staying power is just unreal. But I'm telling you, it is super waterproof and a real pain to remove. For eyeliner, it's Kiss Me Heroine Make, hands down. Nothing, and I mean nothing, beats it for drawing an ultra-fine, precise line. And for a lip tint that will not budge, it's Lily by Red. This stuff survives everything. Just make sure you close the cap really tight because it can leak.
Okay, I've got a question for you. Think about how you use a setting spray. Do you just kind of spritz it on at the very end and hope for the best? Because if you do, you might be missing out on a professional trick that will literally change the life of your makeup. This is the makeup sandwich, a total game changer from the top makeup artist in Cheongdam-dong. Here's how it works. After you put on your base, so your foundation and cushion, you do a light spray of the So Natural Fixer. Then you apply all your color makeup, your blush, your powders, and you finish with one last spray to lock it all in. This is literally how they make wedding makeup last all day without budging. Let's finish up with a few can't live without tools. Batiste Dry Shampoo is the absolute go-to for instantly soaking up oil and making your hair look fresh. The Studio 17 Triangle Puff, if you use it with a little facial mist, applies foundation so flawlessly. And for travel, the Philomili 5-piece eye brush set has every single essential shape you could possibly need. Now, let's zoom out for a second because the final and maybe most important takeaway here is huge. After years of being a department store VIP who only used expensive imported brands, her entire perspective has completely changed. I mean, this says it all, doesn't it? After 5 years of testing just countless products for her job, she's come to a simple, definitive conclusion. Korean beauty products are, quite simply, the best. That's not just a preference, that's a verdict. And this shift is so total that she doesn't even bother buying skincare when she travels abroad anymore. The only things she'll pick up are maybe some fun, unique lip or cheek colors you can't get at home. She says that whenever she's overseas, people are constantly asking her what she does for her skin. I mean, that's just proof of how effective and globally recognized K-beauty has become. So we'll end on this question. With its insane level of innovation, its high-quality formulas, and prices that are actually accessible, has K-beauty already won the top spot on the global stage? When you look at a list like this, the evidence is pretty compelling. What do you think?